show you what I mean. Cities, skyline. Here we go. There you go. Little thing for you. Yeah, they're releasing it. I don't know when they're releasing it, but I'll definitely be trying it out. But like I was saying, CK3 was the last game they made recently. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love EU4 and I've loved all the DLCs for EU4, but that's a different team. But in general, like, of new releases, I have not enjoyed any of the new releases, apart from CK3. Victoria 3 was better than I expected it to be, until I realized that it was, it got really boring really quickly, and the game kind of just, I don't know, it just wasn't fun. But yeah, City Skylines 2 is coming out. I don't know when. I think it's got a TBC, hasn't it? I'm gonna click my own links and tab out. Yeah, it's got a coming soon, so don't know when it's coming out, but I'm definitely going to try that one instead of you know, try and buy all the DLCs for City Skyline 1. But yeah, definitely gonna look into that. But like I said, transport games, like, my go-to is OpenTTD and Transport Fever. When it comes to, like, transport games specifically. If I'm wanting, like, city builders, I pretty much don't play any. Like, I don't think I have any city builders I like go-to for, like, enjoyment. Strategy games, obviously, EU4, CK3, stuff like that. And then RPGs is I'm a little bit more open. 1 minute, like 18 Wheels of Steel. Let's have a look at that. 18 Wheels. Because I recognize that. I feel like I recognize this game, but I don't remember playing it. Oh, if it's a PC-only game. No, I didn't play that. Actually, 18 Wheels. PS1. I remember American Wheels Pro Trucker. 18-wheeler American Pro Trucker. That one I do remember. I remember the 18-wheel Pro Trucker. That much one I do remember because I used to have that. It was a game I would just play with my cousins, but I got into trucking sims because of 1F Jeff. He did a random video playing the original Euro Truck Sim. And I bought Euro Truck Sim 2 because of that, and then I got into it because of that. Which is like the weirdest way to get into truck sims, or like sims in general, but 1F Jeff, or like Jeff Major, I don't really know if you'd know him. I don't know. He was once a big YouTuber and streamer. I don't know what he's doing these days. I know he's got a kid though, which is really cool. He does seem to still be living a good life, which is great. But he was, he got me into the guild. He got me into Euro Truck. He got me into Liberal Crime Squad. He got me into Dwarf Fortress. He got me into so many games that I've played over the years. That, like, it's really weird that, like, the guy that got me into all my, like, a lot of the strategy games and like Mountain Blade and that got me into the Euro Truck Sim too. So it's a weird one, but it's to me it's quite amusing. But yeah, no, I've never played like any of the really old truck games, apart from obviously 18-wheeler, American Pro Trucking, which were. I remember that being more of an arcade racer game, but apparently I was wrong. But yeah, that's my recollection of like older truck games. I don't know why I gave like a live story there. You've had a lot of fun on those games. Mainly I was like rally racing and racing in general. I play a lot of different games. Like I have a lot of games that I like. I love racing sims, specifically Gran Turismo. I do like Forza, but I prefer Gran Turismo. Apart from I got Gran Turismo 7 when it came out on release. And I'll be honest, great game. Absolutely great game. Apart from the fact that they shoehorned microtransactions like a motherfucker into that game. Like, the game was fun, but you did not earn enough outside of microtransactions to make it as fun as it should be. I love Forza Horizon. Forza Horizon is one of my favorite series, racing games. But like my main racing games is Need for Speed. I prefer, like, as much as I like racing sims, I much prefer pissing about in like a street racing game. With Pro Street and Need for Speed Most Wanted, the year 2005 being some of my favorite games. Pro Street's is my favorite Need for Speed as well. Fucking amazing game. Man, you had so many pics of your car, lost them all since you lost your USB. Damn, that sucks, man. But yeah, I like racing games, but it's really hard to find racing games I like these days. The main car was, of course, the Supra. Who didn't like a good old Supra? My main car was I liked the Supras. I liked the Eclipses. Traditionally, the old Eclipse. I was never a big fan of the redo Eclipse, like the more of a fat-butted Eclipse, I like to call it. I've always been a really big fan of the Skylines, of course, R32, R34, and I like the classic Skyline as much as I like. I didn't used to like it for the longest time, but I started liking it more and more. I really love GTRs. As soon as GTRs were in the games, GTRs were my go-to. But my main car brand, like I'm gonna say car brand because I love so many of their cars. My main car brand that I would use in video games, specifically like the Most Wanted series, the Need for Speed series, my favorite cars are Porsches. I absolutely adore Porsches. Porsche 911 GT2s, GT3s, Porsche Carreras, Porsche Cayman, the Cayman S's. The 918 Spider is my absolute favorite. But yeah, my go-tos have always been more upscale German cars, apparently. I do also like Beamers, to be fair, but I'm not the biggest fan. I like the M3 because obviously nostalgia factor, but I do think the Porsches are probably the best cars in the older games. I also use Porsches in like Gran Turismo, Forza. I'd always have a Porsche. I've had a Porsche I've had the 918 Spider in every game it's let me have it. The realistic, like really, yeah, like I'm very much into the Porsches. That's my go-to car. But if I had to specifically if I had to be like, you have to have a tuner, you don't get a choice, it's a tuner or nothing, then my go-to is a Silvia, a Nissan Silvia. That is my go-to tuner. Because as much as I like the Supras are awfully expensive, and if I was to ever own one in real life, I'd never get the chance to own one in real life. Because even if I was rich, if I'm rich, I'm going for a Porsche 918. If I'm poor, I'm just never, like, if I'm just like okay, I'm never going to be able to afford a Supra. So like the middle ground for me is like, I'd rather just buy, you know, a really nice Silvia, or like a 240SX, you know, something like classic like that. Right, where are we going? You want me to go all the way to Finland? You'll pay me 65 grand. But I could do that, and that would give me more XP, because that's an important job and it's high value, which means technically that's better, because I'm driving 500 less miles, but I'm only making 25 grand less. Realistically, that's actually better. I am not going to Grimsby. Grimsby's a shithole. I am never going back to Spain. Spain can suck a dick. I think we're going to go to Barry, because I did want to go to Spain. I didn't want to go north again. I wanted to go south. So I think we're going to go to Spain. And after I do that, I can buy a Scania. That's a great idea, Joe. We're going to Spain. I am very excited for the new DLC too. I really want to drive through the Balkans, because going down to the Balkans at the moment is an absolute pain in the ass, and I hate it. So I would very much like to drive down to the Balkans in a way that isn't an absolute pain in the ass. Also, what dealership was this? You live in the Balkans. Oh, whereabouts in the Balkans, if you don't mind? Obviously, if you do mind, then obviously do not answer me. But if you don't mind, you know, whereabouts? Ah, Bosnia. Fair enough. Never been to Bosnia. I mean, the only thing I know about Bosnia is that I end up destroying it a lot in video games. Sorry. Not sorry, to be fair. I mean, you're in my way, but, you know. That's all I really know of Bosnia, is that it's a place in video games where I very often end up, you know, pillaging, destroying, and making into a part of my state. But, you know, it's your fault for being in the way, really. I mean, like, let's be honest. You chose to have borders there, and I chose to get rid of your borders. So it's realistically, it's your fault. You know, that's all I'm saying. But fair enough. Yeah, I am very looking forward to them as well. It's like I looked forward to Spain, and then Spain came out, and I was like, I have not got on like this. I like the DLC. The DLC is great. I do think it's really good content. Apart from the fact that every time I've been there, I've wanted to launch my controller at my computer monitor. I just don't have good luck over there. Like, it's just, my luck is absolutely abysmal over there, and it's just, I have crashed. I have not had a place to sleep because there was no adequate amount of places to sleep where I was. So I, you know, misplanned my journey. Obviously, it was a little bit of my fault, but at the same time, such a large span of area with no sleep rest. What else? What else really annoyed me? I have had unnaturally bad luck there in general. The amount of toll booths is ridiculous. The toll booths also have the auto pass at the most awkward place in the entire like thing. Me and Spain don't get on, you know? Just ain't getting on. Portugal, though, I like. Portugal, those toll booths are great. You just drive through them at full speed, and they charge you. It's great. They should be everywhere. Pro mods, if you're listening, do that. Make those everywhere. They make my life so much easier. Okay. That was a, you know, we're just gonna go around this, there we go. We're just gonna do a little bit of off-roading, you know, bit of rally trucking right there. Ignore the fact that was an horrible drive. I think as soon as I pick up this job, I'm gonna just do a quick ad break and quickly fix my chair, because I sit on a wooden chair, and a very old wooden chair, because my office chair just isn't really comfortable for me. Like, I just don't enjoy sitting on it. So I need to quickly repair my chair because it's pissing me off a little bit. So we're gonna quickly sit on the screen here. Quick little ad while I quickly fix my thing. So give me like 2 minutes. All right. Keep going. Okay, we're gonna go take this to Barry, and we're gonna. A really good job, to be fair. Just got to ignore the fact that it's a 20-hour drive. I'm already tired. We'll pick this up, figure out how long till we have to rest, then we'll go rest. Got an hour and 25 till we need to rest, so let's figure out where we're going to rest. How far away are you? An hour and 22, absolutely perfect. It's almost like it was written in stone that we would be resting there. Perfection. But yeah, I am very much like, just quickly going back to the Balkan states, I am very much looking forward to the Balkans. I do wish they'd added Greece, but I feel like hopefully we're getting, you know, a good amount of content for the states we're getting. So hopefully they're not adding Greece because they have big plans to do Greece next. But I don't work for SCS. I don't really know anyone from SCS, so I don't know what SCS is thinking. But at the very least, I'm very, very much hoping they really like they sit down and be like, right guys, we need to do Greece. Or if there's a reason they can't do Greece, then I'd obviously be like, let us know, because I just want to go to Greece. I think like having Greece as well would be so nice. But I mean, if anyone knows anything, I'm sure I'm sure like content creators would be saying it right now. But we're gonna go take this big ass tractor. I'm gonna quickly get into this little area. Yeah, hopefully they'll you know, add Greece. But I'm assuming there's a reason they haven't done it yet. Off we go up to wherever the hell we're going. Which is, I mean, we're going down all the way down to Bari, which is right in the southern tip of, well, not the southern tip, but right in the southern portion of Italy. Oh, right, yeah, we need to mark out the journey. Like, if we go, you know, we can definitely, you know, quickly pop in and get that. Like, that only adds like, only adds a little bit of, wait, that. 1 minute, there we go. Only adds a little bit of time. And then we don't need to go to Parma. You've got no question marks, so I don't care about you. Oh, you have got here, though. So we're going to pop in here and then pop in to there. Got a little bit of time, so I will need to double check that we can do all this. And Connor, no, you don't have anything. That's great. You have stuff, so we'll pop in there. That adds a lot of time, but we'll see if we can make do. Right, we'll see if we can do all this. How long do we... Well, as soon as we're on the straight, we'll... okay, let's see how long we got left. We've got 42 hours left. It's only an important job, so we do have more time than you'd expect us to... than we should have, so... We should easily be able to do this. Should be fine. Obviously, the big thing is planning our brakes, so... We also need to make sure we plan the rest points very effectively as well. But, yeah, we added like 22 hours, I think. Sorry, we added like 2 hours, sorry, I think. So, you know. Wait a minute. 21 hours, 29. Rests take up 10 hours. All right, we may be cutting this one a bit fine. We'll see. May not be able to go to all these places, but, we will damn try. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take out one of these. I'm just going to take out, I'm going to take out this one, because that one... That adds a little bit too much time. We need to have some semblance of ability to, like, time left to park before we get to late. We're 30 minutes away, so it's not too long until we get to our break. We'll get to see our drivers earn us a little bit of money. Hopefully quite a bit. I'd very much like to buy my Scania before the end of this session. If I'm going around in a Scania, that'll make me much happier. I mean, at the very least, we should be at 100 grand before we even get loans, so... At the very least, we'll definitely should be able to afford the Scania after this trip. The biggest issue with that is what's the biggest? The biggest issue is when my words come out. The biggest issue is finding somewhere to go pick it up, because we can't buy it online because yeah, we need to physically pick it up. So we need to get lucky with a Scania dealer where we're going, which I don't think there's a dealer in Bari. No, there's not. Oh, no, wait, there might be. There might be. We don't know if that's one. But at the very least, we can go down to Tranto. I'll just do like a short journey to try and find somewhere. But we're going to do a quick rest just past the Italian border. We're at 21% fuel, so we will need to pick up some fuel on the way. We're not going to pick it up just yet. We'll go down to about 10%. We've got enough. We've got big fuel canisters, so you know there'll be. We've got more than enough fuel. I mean, we could just get fuel while we're here. Fuck it. While we're here, we'll pick it up. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it, to pick it up while we're here. Another $2,000 on fuel. Always painful. See how much money our drivers earn us. The Brandon's earned us $1,000. That was it. All right. Where are the fucking rest of them? Driver manager, map view. Okay, there we go. So 8 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour, 14 hour. They're all shite. You've got level 1 ADR. Okay, so good. They're all growing at a pace. None of them have grown above level 2 in their respective thing. Right, here we go. Off we pop. So yeah, that took us... I don't know if that was 9 or 10 hours rest, but we've got 11 hours till our rest, so... Let's make sure we plan this out right. I don't normally like picking up question marks in my own truck, because it's my own fuel, so I have to pay for it. But... yeah, I mean, our drivers are earning a pretty decent amount of money. I think, like, on average, they're earning more than the loans that I've paid. So I don't feel too bad about, you know, buying myself a truck because it's, you know, buy myself a new truck at the very least. If I do this right, and I quickly just no, white car, sod off. There we go. I just quickly pop behind this car. Get through without having to slow down too much. Absolute win right there. Is that a... okay, what truck's that? Scania? Yeah, okay, I got that one right. Cool. Getting better at this. I'm so shit at figuring out which truck's which. Let's go back into the outside lane. We don't want to hog you know, we don't want to slow down traffic. We know how annoying that is to be on the other side of it, so we're not going to do it to them as well. Yeah, soon we'll be, I think our first stop's Verona? No, not Verona. Our first stop's some Italian city. And we'll be quickly grabbing the question mark there. And we'll be going at a beautiful 59 miles an hour while we do. Okay, game, you just had to immediately kick me in the dick, didn't you, over a speed limit there. Just getting immediately happy, and his game's like, well, could you do less than that, please? Why are you doing this to me, game? Just why? It's okay, we're turning off here anyway. I'll let you off. At least we don't have to get fuel now, so this is pretty much just we need to find places to rest and we're golden. Okay, so we're going to Turin, that's where we're going. Okay, so it wasn't Verona. I'm gonna say, I feel like we've been to Verona when we had hire trucks. Oh, not hire trucks, sorry, when we were using, doing quick jobs. I tried to go to a decent amount of places before we bought bought this truck. But I know that the speed limit in Italy is mostly 56, so we just need to get lucky and get back up to 56. It's going to be so different when we have a Scania and are able to absolutely power our way through. It's going to be beautiful. the sheer performance of a Scania compared to the DAF is going to be just, it's going to be immediately noticeable. The only real problem we're going to run into now is finding a dealership to do that. Without the game constantly, you know, shafting me on speed limits. Like right now. Come on, Italy. Have like a consistent speed limit, you know? Do us the honor of having not a shit speed limit, you know? Honestly, I think it should be 70 miles an hour everywhere for trucks. Honestly, 70 miles an hour, even in cities. I think even in a village where there's tiny old ladies walking across the road, 70 miles an hour for it. Bullets through that place. At least if you hit her at 60 or 70, she ain't gonna feel it, you know? That's how I think about it. I'm obviously joking. Just when I upload this to YouTube and for Twitch stuff, this is satire. I don't actually think that. I feel like you can never be too careful these days with what you say. So adding a little bit of context after the fact might be useful. But yeah, we'll get to Turin, quickly find the question mark in Turin. You know what? No, I'm not gonna, because that's just like, it's just, I can't be bothered. Can't be bothered going in there. You know what? I'm gonna do this now. Reset navigation. I am not stopping. Okay, we're just gonna plan our. We've got 9 hours and 33. We'll just say 9.5 hours to plan our map. Okay, so 9.5 hours. We should be about here, I would say. Nope, so fucking close. Do you know what? 10 hours and 8 minutes. That's what we need to work towards. We want to stop there, so we need to make sure that we can get there. So we need to make sure we keep up our pace so we get there in time. That's how we're going to do this. 59 miles an hour, we need to make sure we don't lose that speed, or if we, at the very least, we need to make sure we keep to our speed limit so we can break down the minutes. Because normally, like within that 10 hour, we should definitely get there before we're ready to rest. So I'm not too worried, and it's about an hour after the counter goes down to 0 before you start dozing, so we've got loads of time, even if we just get there on time. Even if we just barely get there after time. Sorry, I want to say that's a... No, that's not a Scania. That is a Renault. I'm 100% sure. Fuck yes. It's got that one right. I feel like my need to prove I know trucks is getting in the way. It's hindering progress. Oh, wow, I just absolutely sped through that tunnel. I was speeding through that tunnel like a madman. Sorry, random car, you're in my way. Oh, wait a second. Oh, this entire road. Okay, you were not in my way. I just thought you were in my way. It's all good. It's all good, random car. You're forgiven. Okay. We do this right. Going through this area will be the smart. Going through this side will be smart. Okay, not as smart as I was hoping it would be, but we can't have it all. I may want it all, but I can't have it all. No matter what Queen says, we cannot have it all. How the hell am I pulling quicker than you, a car? Fuck, especially in this DAF, like. Sorry, I need to zoom over. You ain't getting in there, mate. I'm sorry, mate, but not happening. Not happening. I am going to be a ruthless driver to make sure I get there on time. I want my Scania, and you guys are not going to get in the way of me driving a beautiful Scania. I mean, well, actually, no, you're doing a pretty good job of getting in my way, actually, but like, could you not? Okay, I feel like, car, you should definitely, like, you know, go over. You're currently in my way. I don't appreciate it. So yeah, what can we talk about? There is the new EU4 DLC coming out as well. That's something I need to look into more. It's Europe Universalis 4